Hello, this is Julian with Juleon Tech Reviews, and we're here with another unboxing product review video. And this time we're going to dive into the world of the iPad Pro 11-inch. But before we get into that, if you could please like, subscribe to this channel, we greatly appreciate it. To those 90% who have been watching my videos and have not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit a like button, share it with your friends on Facebook, YouTube, wherever. We greatly appreciate it. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into what we have today. So about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I decided to switch over to Apple from Android. And I have a couple of videos of my review on that. If you can just go ahead and take a look at those, I greatly appreciate it. So I decided to dive into the Apple world further by getting myself an iPad Pro 11-inch. Now, I was a little hesitant to get it because in the past, I've purchased an iPad and I never really had a good use for it. And that was about at least 15 years ago or something like that. And I just thought, looking at iPads now, it was just not really worth it, because if you have a phone or you have a computer, what do you need an iPad or a tablet for? And most tablets nowadays are looking towards replacing your laptop. But as a video content creator, it's going to be really tough for you to say, hey, I'm going to replace my computer and do all the editing and all of the creation on my iPad. But some have done it, but I did not go into this purchase with that expectation in mind. But I did want to see what it was all about. And thank goodness I did, because this is an amazing piece. But let's go ahead and get into the specs and let's just talk about it. So this did come out in May earlier this year. So I was a late bloomer to this iPad, and it came in 2 different sizes. It came in a 13-inch and it came in an 11-inch, and this is the M4 version. Now this version, body-wise, it costs and it starts at $999 for 256 gigs, which I do have right here. They all have, they range from 8 gigs of RAM to 16 gigs of RAM. And obviously it scales up depending on what size you pick. But I decided to get the 8 gigabytes for 256 gigs of storage. Now the body, this has a 446 grams of weight, or about 1 pound. And what's really neat about this, it has 5.3 millimeters thinness. So this is really, really thin, and it's really, really nice and built great. It has a glass front, it has an aluminum back, and then it has the aluminum frame. It has stylus support, Bluetooth integration, and magnetic capabilities for your pencil. And we'll get into that because I did purchase the Apple Pencil Pro. The display is an Ultra Retina Tandem OLED with 120 Hertz, HDR10 support, Dolby Vision, 1000 nits of brightness, and 1600 nits of peak brightness. So this is, once again, an 11-inch. And it does have 1668 by 2420 pixels. So that's a 3:2 ratio, or 264 PPI density. It has scratch resistant glass. It has anti-reflective coating, nano texture display options, but they're only for the 1 terabyte or the 2 terabyte. And the nano display technology is similar to like a matted version where you don't have as much reflection, but you have to, pay to play to get that version. Now this does have the iPad OS, it starts at the 17.5.1 and it's upgradable to iPad OS 18.1, which I have updated. It does have the M4 chip. Okay, it has a 9-core, 4.4 gigahertz of performance. So it has about 3 performance cores and 6 efficiency cores for this model. But if you get the 1 terabyte to 2 terabyte model, you get more cores. You get 4 performance cores, which is 1 more than this version, and then you get 6 efficiency cores just like this version. And the GPU is Apple GPU, which 10-core graphics. Okay, and let's talk about the camera. So with every product that Apple has, for the most part, has a camera, and the main camera has a 12 megapixel wide angle camera with dual pixel PDAF, and then it has a TOF 3D LiDAR scanner. So that's for depth. And it features a quad LED dual tone flash. and it shoots up 4K video up to 60 frames per second. It does have a selfie camera, and this time around, the selfie camera is in the middle of the screen here. And it does have the forehead chin, which is right here. So that single selfie camera has a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera. It has face detection, HDR panorama. It shoots up to 1080p, up to 60 frames per second with gyro, EIS, and HDR. So it has loudspeakers. It has 4 speakers on the model. So 2 of them right here and then 2 on the bottom right here. It has the loudspeaker, of course. And it has 5.3 Bluetooth. It has a USB Type-C or Thunderbolt 3, which is on the bottom right here. And it does have cellular capabilities as well as Wi-Fi. I believe I got the Wi-Fi version because I purchased this from Best Buy. And it features Face ID, accelerometer, gyro, compass, barometer. The battery is a lithium polymer of 8,160 milliamps, so non-removable. Now, with that being out the way, let's go ahead and get into the design. So I have it out here right now. The design of this has changed over the years. I'm relatively new back into the scale of Apple. So this is the black version. They do have a silver version, but this is called the graphite color. So I wanted to get something, you know, that looks very nice and sleek. And to my surprise, it is nice and sleek. And it's very thin. The aluminum frame just really highlights its features and accentuates the Apple. Now, it is very much a fingerprint magnet. And since I have this product and I have, you know, Apple Care protection, you know, you definitely want to make sure that you get yourself, you know, a glass screen protector, which I have right here. And I got that from Best Buy, one of their proprietary brands. But I am just thoroughly pleased with this design. It is very nice to hold in the hand. I reviewed the Samsung Tab S10 or the S9 Ultra, and it is 14 inches. So that one is more so capable of replacing a computer with the keyboard and all that. But for me, this is just kind of the size I really wanted to kind of just review certain things video wise, play a few games, and just catch up with emails and just be a part of the Apple ecosystem, which is excellent. And just the speakers on the side, which is great because if you're, you know, using a keyboard, you have a surround sound when you're viewing it and listening to it. They finally decided to move the cameras in the middle because in the normal laptop setting, the camera is not over here or over here, it's right here. So I'm glad Common Sense has got back to the design. The power button is at the top right here. So it's to the left of your position when you're centered, and the volume keys are here. Now, depending on your orientation, the volume up button does change. So if you're in landscape mode, the volume button that looks like it's going down is actually going to the right, which is increasing the volume. But when you're in portrait mode, the volume button going up is on the top. So a little bit of ingenuity and just common sense somewhat. It's a little difficult to get used to, but with Apple products, I think once you get used to it, it's well worth the wait. It does have a magnetic strip here, as I mentioned, for the Pencil Pro, which is awesome. And, you know, that's pretty much it. I mean, the camera area is really nice. It does have its magnetic portion here for the Magic Keyboard, which I did purchase, but this is an amazing item. But let's see what else is in the box. So this is the box that it comes in, and to be honest, I was kind of, you know, shocked of how small the 11-inch was, because Apple does make an iPad Pro Mini or iPad Mini that is 7 inches. So I can only imagine, you know, how small this is in comparison, or how small that one is in comparison. All right, so it comes in a traditional white box. Very interesting. I got this at Best Buy, and they had actually a sale for $100 off. I guess they're getting ready for Black Friday. So I did get this for $8.99. So I already have the unit out, but in addition to the unit, it did come with a USB-C to USB-C cable, and it did come with a charging brick. And I believe this is about, oh yeah, this is a 20-watt brick, so that'll be able to charge it. But I have so many of these USB-C chargers, so it's not going to be any issues because Apple decided to get their act together and switch to USB Type-C. So one thing I've noticed coming back to Apple is that they don't give out like any of the stickers no more. So I thought that was interesting. And even this iPad Pro presentation, it doesn't have a sticker. So I just wonder what is the deal with that, but I digress. But that's pretty much it when it comes to the unboxing. Not much really to see. So let's go ahead and get into all the things that I do like about this. So my pros when it comes to this is the ease of use. Okay, this has pretty much everything laid out. It is upgraded to the 18.1, which has all of the Apple Intelligence, so it does work. It has that little flash, which I do love. And I love the fact that this is essentially not only just a bigger iPhone, it is a quality tablet. Now I can do a lot of viewing when it comes to YouTube and just all the sorts. I mean, I can get a nice screen, you know, going in and out. And then horizontal viewing is really nice. And it's really nice to hold in the hand. So I really do love my viewing experience, and I do love the comfortability of it. I love now that they have widgets on Apple. I'm sure it's been there for, you know, a hot second, but I've been on Android for a long time. But having widgets now, not only on the phone, but on the iPad is excellent. I mean, I can just essentially, you know, hold this down with just the pressure, and then I can just add widgets, you know, just like I would in an iPhone or with an Android phone. And there's a plethora of widgets here that I can choose, and I really do enjoy that. I also love the fact that, you know, you can customize your icons. When you can do it in dark mode, light mode, or you can do automatic, or you can do just monotone across the board. So it makes it really, really nice. I love how big the screen is, but it's not too big to where I can comfortably hold it in my hand, which is awesome. And let me just go ahead and switch out the icons here. So the software for the iPad OS is very, very nice. Now let's talk about the social media apps. Now the social media apps are another pro because, you know, you can get full real estate on the screen on most of them. So for instance, Facebook looks like the desktop version of Facebook, which you can, you know, scroll up and down. And the 120 hertz is really, really nice when it comes to that scrolling. Okay, X is really, really nice as well. I mean, it looks like the desktop version, and, you know, you can just scroll up and down the way. Now, Instagram was really, really interesting. At first, I was going to turn into a con because Instagram only showed a little bit of the actual Instagram, and it wasn't optimized for the iPad. However, I did some research and found out that you can just essentially go to Safari and you can add a page, and it'll create the icon for you so you can add to your homepage. And voila, you have launched yourself, you know, the web version of Instagram, and it's full screen. And you can switch back and forth between your accounts. And this is just a really good compromise when it comes to your Instagram account. And there's no issues, no lags, no anything when it comes to your Instagram and your social media. So I really love the social media apps on this. Video watching, I've already mentioned that, is great. No problem with that. Everything is pretty much flush and it's excellent. Gaming wise, I mean, no issues when it comes to that. So as I like to play Asphalt, I like to play Baseball 9, but the graphics on here are really nice. No issues when it comes to that. So I really like those. These are pretty much all my pros. I would say the only cons I would, I guess, put to this video would be just the bezel. I would like more of a, you know, bezel-less iPad, but not much of a bother. Just a, you know, a quick gripe. you know, not too big. And I would say the other thing I would like to have is some version of Samsung has decks where you can kind of like convert this into a computer, but I don't really necessarily need it, but it would be a nice feature to have. So that's really nice. And another thing I wanted to talk about is the multitasking. So the multitasking is a pro and a con. Now, while we're in the cons, the only problem I have with the multitasking on the iPad, which is interesting in itself, and the ability to have it is really nice. But one con I have is that it really doesn't have a lot of capabilities as a Samsung tablet or you know, any other Android tablet would have. But it does, as a pro, have this capability. So I would just want a little bit more versatility when it comes to this. And you can actually get about 3 tabs. So you can turn this one into, you know, a slide over, and then you can add another one. So you have one that's just kind of floating window here, which is really nice. But the fact that they have multitasking, that's amazing. So these are just my, you know, couple weeks review of this tablet, and I really do enjoy it. I really wanted to also talk about, you know, just the pricing wise. You know, I just wish that the price of this was a little bit cheaper, and as well as the accessories. But, you know, Apple's not going to relent on the price. It is a quality product. Apple takes their time when it comes to making these products. So I really do enjoy that. But that's pretty much it. I really do enjoy this, and I really do think that this is going to be a staple in my arsenal of products. So this is the iPad Pro 11-inch. Let me know what you think. Do you think 11 inches is too small, or do you think the 13-inch iPad Pro will be better? Let me know in the comments below. But this is Juleon with Juleon Tech Reviews, and we thank you for watching this video for us. Thank you.